Hi D1, my name is Dionela and I am making this video all the way from Maryland just after Conference 2015 to say why I am running for D1 Social Chair for 2015 to 2016. If you don't know who I am, I was BUFSA's External Affairs representative this past year. This required me to attend as many events in other D1 schools as I could and meet their members to try to form a bridge between BUFSA, Barkada, and PSBC, and also act as BUFSA's liaison to D1. The job of Social Chair is to act as a liaison between D1 and other schools. I believe I'm qualified to be D1 Social Chair, as it would just be an extension of the tasks that I have done this past year. But let me backtrack for a minute. I'm from a relatively small town in northern Illinois. No, not by Chicago. It skews more toward a rural area rather than an urban area. It also severely lacks in Asian culture of any kind, so I was embarrassed of my culture because it made me different from everyone else. I even explicitly denied being taught Tagalog because I was afraid a couple words would accidentally slip out during school and I'd be mercilessly mocked. I don't know why I thought that. Many of my fellow classmates went to specialized clubs or schools, kind of like Eskwelahang Pilipino, dedicated to their own cultures, and we thought it was really cool when they spoke German or Polish. This embarrassment continued even in college. I spent most of my first semester of my freshman year avoiding BUFSA because I thought they were kind of weird. But after a couple members convinced me to go to a special family dinner and a few other events, I realized they were really friendly, so I applied for a BIG, and I realized my second semester that they were more than just a club. They were like a second family to me. To give back, I decided to run for their e-board to try to make others feel the same way I did. As BUFSA's external representative, I was able to help make D1's presence in the mind of BUFSA's members stronger than it had been in recent years through my communication between D1 and BUFSA, through endlessly posting about D1 events and trying to rally as large of a group as possible to come. For example, one of the first D1 events this past year was the picnic at Magazine Beach. I helped gather a group of about 15 people to go despite the fact that it was immediately after another event. At the event, our members, especially freshmen, broke out of their shells and talked to members in other schools. One of the biggest reasons I want to run for Social Chair is because Kamayan will be at BU next year, and since I am on BUFSA's e-board again next year, communication between D1 and BUFSA regarding Kamayan will undoubtedly be smooth and hopefully lead to relatively stress-free planning. Being on e-board for BUFSA's show this past year, I believe I have some idea of what goes on into preparing a large show, though I understand that there's an additional degree of difficulty coordinating with 3 other schools in making the show. But I hope to not come across as preferential to any one school. Some of my favorite memories this past year have been at Northeastern, BC, and even Brown. This would not have been possible without the amazing communication of my fellow external representatives from PSBC and Barkada and D1's underclassmen representatives this past year, convincing their club's members to come to their events. Through my experiences as an external representative and as an initially hesitant member, I have learned just how important communication can be. It can be the difference between apathy and passion. I know that people will be interested in events and foster great friendships. They just need motivation to go. And if this year is any indication of this coming year, convincing members to attend other schools' events or our events will be no problem at all. One potential problem that I'm aware of is that schools tend to keep to themselves. It's a natural issue that humans face in general. People are comfortable with people they know, and that branching out with strangers seems terrifying and preferably avoided if possible. I know this as well as anybody. I've once been described as a walking awkward pause. But after taking a leap of faith and just jumping in and talking to people from Barkada and PSBC at the first intercollegiate event I went to last year, GK Walk, I realized they were really cool. Now, I know that me saying these people are awesome doesn't mean much, but I resolved to help plan more D1 events to allow people to bond with other schools. I know it will work. Social was a great success because people were willing to branch out and be social butterflies. So in closing, I hope I've convinced that I am D1 for you.